Hello my loves and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Amanda and this is Love All Beauty. Before we jump into today's video, if you haven't already subscribed, make sure you do that. You can ring the notification bell. That way you're notified every time that I upload a video. You can also follow me on social media, Instagram and Twitter. Let's jump right in, guys. For today, we are going to be testing the Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Foundation. There are a lot of claims on this box here, so we're going to put that to the test here. I'm not going to read you the French. This is a medium coverage, light as air foundation infused with hydrating hyaluronic acid, brightening rose complex, and skin looks more beautiful instantly and over time for a healthy looking glow and a brighter, smoother looking complexion. They say it's undetectable coverage, improves the look of skin with each wear. That'd be something. Clinically proven results, boosts hydration by up to 166%. Skin looks plumper and smoother by up to 181%. Skin tone looks more even by up to 210%. Wow, these are some bold claims. It just says here to blend outwards from the center of your face for a natural looking coverage. You can blend this out using your fingers, a sponge, a brush, whatever you're comfortable using. I tend to use a sponge. I like the sponge because, I get maybe a little bit of a lighter coverage and doesn't look as cakey on me. I find that you can get more of a full coverage with a brush. But yeah, my preference is just to be using a sponge. So that's what we're going to do. The shade that I have is 1 Neutral. I already prepped my skin. I use my moisturizer and a moisturizing primer because I'm all about the moisturization. So yeah, here's what it looks like here. So this is the lightest shade that they offer. It's kind of like one of those squishy tubes, so I don't really know how to shake it up. I guess you really can't, so I'm just gonna kind of squish it about. Hope we can get it moved around here. I'm gonna move you guys in just a little bit so you can see what the heck I'm doing. What's nice about this is that it's super good for travel. You don't have to worry about it breaking or anything, and it still comes with a pump, which is awesome. So I'm just gonna go ahead and pump some onto the back of my hand. It does look maybe a shade or so darker. It's hard to tell with the lights, but usually this type of foundation, yeah, so that works out well. It's a lighter coverage, so a lot of times if the shade is just maybe a little bit off, it ends up working just because, it kind of shears out when you put it onto the skin. That's a good thing because that means that a lot of the shades are adaptable to a lot of different skin tones. There's not really too much of a scent. I would just say maybe a slight florally citrusy type scent, but nothing too crazy. I still haven't put anything on my eyelids today. Just blending it out, trying to use up that whole pump. My main goal is to just kind of even out my skin tone because I am naturally pink like a piglet, I like to say. I'm going to do a wear test with this as late as I can here. So it's about 1:20 when I'm doing this right now, and I'll also show you some footage in natural light just so you can see. So I'm going to move up here so you guys can see. You can definitely tell It's quite moisturizing. I mean, you can see just the shine, which I really don't mind. I would rather it be that way than, you know, glomming onto any dry spots that I have. I'm going to add a little bit of concealer. This is the OneSize Beauty concealer. I'm not going out or anything today, so I'm not going to do anything that's super crazy, but I guess I'll just apply kind of my usual situation. I just have a lot of discoloration around my mouth. I don't know if everybody else has that. So we'll just tap this out. I remembered after I placed this everywhere, this kind of dries a little fast, so I guess I better be quick with my blending. Blend out the center here. I don't know if you guys can see this at all. Let me see if I can turn the light off. So kind of what happens right here, if something's like a little bit on the drier side and you have something that's like really moisturizing, sometimes you can get a little bit of like separation. I mean, it's nothing like too terrible. But yeah, just something to keep in mind. Testing out this concealer, just trying to use it with basically like any foundation that I've been wearing just to see how it works. But yeah, for something that's supposed to be moisturizing, I find that it does tend to be a little bit on the dry side. Now, I have been having a lot of issues with my under eyes as far as I just notice as I'm aging, they're becoming more and more picky with what they're able to handle, I guess. So I try to just apply where I'm needing it. I do tend to set my under eyes with a powder, but again, I try to be, using that as sparingly as possible just because I don't want it to get too cakey or dry under there. But I think it's just one of those things where, everybody's skin is different and everybody's going to react differently to different products and brands. I'm just going to continue to keep looking and seeing what works for me. There's so many different makeup products where like different ingredients and different finishes may not work well with each other, and for some things, it may be better to apply with your fingertips, or it may be better to apply with a brush. So there's always things that you can kind of mix up and try. So I always say don't give up on a product after the first use. For the most part, you can kind of get an idea on how something's going to work. But for the most part, it just could be something that you have applied that it's not working well with. So I always try to give a product a fair shot. Just little thoughts from me to you. I'm going to go ahead and do a light setting. I've been using like a velour puff to set down. Just looks like this. I got it off of Amazon. It comes with a bunch of them. Just apply like a light dusting of powder. I'll usually apply it just directly from the pot here and then kind of tap it out on my hand just so I don't get a lot of excess, and then just tap it on the under eyes and pretty much anywhere where I've applied concealer, which to me basically just means like all over my face. But again, just a light dusting, because I'm not somebody who's like terribly oily, I guess. And I don't mind a little bit of shine to my face. I don't need to get rid of all of that necessarily. For as far as like my face goes, the foundation seems really nice. Like it was very lightweight and easy to blend out, but I feel like it is very moisturizing, so that's good. I'm gonna go ahead and just finish off the rest of my makeup, and I'll be right back with some other words of wisdom for you guys. So I have the rest of my makeup on. I just pretty much just kept it really simple because again, I'm not really doing anything today. I guess I felt a little bold on the eyes just cause, you know, who cares? I mean, just blending everything out on the face was fine. I just feel like that concealer is just really dry and it's kind of picking up on like drier areas. It is about 1:45 in the afternoon, so I'm gonna wear this until the evening time, and then I'll check back in with you guys and just let you know how it wore, like if it gets really oily or separates or anything like that. I will let you know. It'll be, you know, a millisecond for you, but it'll be a few hours for me, and we'll check back in. All right, here I am filming you guys a clip in natural lighting. Come outside here. Ooh, it's a little windy. If you guys can see that. Looks pretty good, minus the concealer. We'll see how it wears throughout the day. All right, party people, I am back for the foundation check-in. It is not too terribly late. It's actually only 6:50. I think I said I put the foundation on at like 1:20-ish. But yeah, my right eye has been bugging me all day long, like painful. And I don't know what's going on with it, so I really just want to wash off my eye makeup, so I figured I better just do the check-in now. Like I said, I'm not too crazy with the concealer with this foundation. I feel like the foundation itself looks really nice after, what is it, 5-6 hours. I still have some, obviously, like dew on my forehead. I didn't use like a ton of powder to set it, so I imagine if you wanted to, you could just touch up throughout the day with like a little bit of powder. I feel like around my nose, it's definitely worn off. That I can tell. I'm still getting over a cold, so my nose has been running and I have to, you know, wipe it and stuff, so it is what it is. Like, I don't think any foundation can stand up to cold symptoms, so I'm not going to be too hard on it, but I do enjoy it because my face does not feel dry at all. Like I said, it feels very lightweight, and I feel like it wore pretty well. I just noticed like in areas where I had put the concealer, like there's a little bit of a separation of the two, and of course just like some dryness up in here. So I'm definitely going to be giving this another go, maybe just using it with one of my regular concealers, like the Neutrogena Radiant Creamy Concealer. I know how that wears on my face, and I've been using it for, I don't know, a year or two now. I can always film like an update video for you guys just to let you know how I think it works with other concealers, but I think overall I would give this foundation a good thumbs up. I don't know if it'd work really well for somebody if they had oily skin, but you never know. You never know. As always, thank you guys so much for watching this video today, and if you have any questions or comments or anything like that, don't be shy and you can sound off down below, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye.